Welcome back to the Fighter's Eye podcast, boys. Tonight or today, wherever you are, I'm going to be breaking down UFC 320 Ankalaev versus Pereira 2 and Dvalishvili versus Sandhagen. Two title fights plus a banger feature fight. And yeah, I'm going to be breaking down for the full fight card, first fight to last fight. And yeah, let's get into it. First fight, starting off with low level female MMA because of course we are. We just did yesterday and we're doing it again this weekend, next weekend. Sorry, Veronica Hardy versus Brogan Walker. Um, Very weird matchmaking. Veronica Hardy coming off a loss to Eduardo Mora, who back in November, yes, on the John Jones card. Bro, and Eduardo Mora is not bad. She just beat Laurel Murphy in Nashville. Retired Laurel Murphy, and before that, Veronica Hardy was on a 3-fight winning streak, all decisions, but still 3 fights in a row. She took a lot, not a rough loss. It was semi-competitive. But she's fighting 7-4 Brogan Walker. Didn't even know she was still in the UFC. She has one career finish by submission, and yeah, she went 3-2 in a different promotion. Now she's 0-2 in the UFC. She won the Ultimate Fighter, or she won the Ultimate Fighter, then lost the finale. So that happened. She hasn't even fought in over 2 years. Yeah, so I uh I don't know why she's in the UFC. I'm picking Veronica Hardy by like round 1 or 2 TKO. Uh, yeah, I don't really have anything to say. Brogan Walker's 36. I don't know why she's still in the UFC. She's 0-2. Come on, we could be getting way better females that are actual prospects that could actually give Veronica Hardy a good test. We could bring them in the UFC. Brogan Walker, no disrespect, but she just sucks. Yeah, I think Veronica Hardy is just gonna clip her and TKO her on the ground. I honestly think Veronica Hardy will be able to stick her with some stiff boxing. She'll get a double leg, take her down, and ground and pound her out of there pretty early, like early round two. I'll say round one. I think Veronica Hardy will warm up, know she's way better, and then get her out the round two. Nothing else I got to say, bro. Disgraceful that Brogan Walker is on the pay-per-view. Anyway, next fight. Austin Vanderford versus Ramiz Brahimaj. This is a decent scrap. Brahimaj, a 2-1 underdog, is a bit much. I'd understand like plus 150, but I mean, yeah, I don't know why Austin Vanderford's minus 250. He's 13-2. He had a great UFC debut. Back in Seattle, back in February. He beat what's his name? Nikolai Vertenikov, who we'll like get into in the next fight. Beat him by the ground and pound TKO, took him down, wrestled him, weared him out, tired him out, technical submission, and then ground and pounded him out there. Uh, Rennikov like pushed him or something after the fight because he was mad he lost or something. Van Ford really didn't care, but he's fighting a good fighter in Ramiz Brahimov. I doubted him in the last fight. He came in there and choked out Billy Ray Goff in round one with a nasty guillotine, choked him out cold. And before that, he slept Mickey Gall. And before that, he lost to Thamba Garimbo. Not the worst loss. I mean, it's an loss, but it's not the worst. Yeah, he has a loss to Court McGee, but that was over 3 years ago. And he got an ear injury loss to Max Griffin. He's been in the UFC for a little bit now, since 2020. So, yeah, he definitely got the UFC experience over Austin Vanderford. That's a close one. I like Austin Vanderford. I've been excited to see him fight again. I'm happy it's fight week for him. He's quite good. But he doesn't need the money like that. Like his wife, Paige Van Sant, does OnlyFans and does certain content on the internet that females do that make a lot of money from every month. If you know, you know. Yeah, so she does that. So he has money. And Brahimaj, I just think takes his career a little more serious. I mean, Vanderford smokes and stuff. Which I mean, Prates does, but it's not going to help you if you're smoking during fight week or whatever. And Brahimaj, I just think it's more locked in. Um, tricky one. Trying to think. Who's I know Austin Vanderford's older. Yeah, by like almost 3 years. But he's also taller and has a 2 inch reach advantage. I'm gonna go Vanderford by decision, like 29-28 unanimous decision. I just think the grappling's better. I think his fight IQ's a little better. But in terms of knockout power, in terms of aggressiveness, it's Brahimaj. Brahimaj has some knockout power on the feet, and he can ground and pound. So yeah, he's definitely decent, very decent. Um, I mean, his last fight, Billy Ray Goff, he choked him out with a nasty guillotine in round one, a filthy guillotine. He got a performance bonus, I believe, too. I mean, yeah. So in terms of striking and power, I gotta go Brahimaj. I just think he hits harder, and I think he has the better chin. But yeah, I just think in terms of like experience and I mean, Brahimaj has 17 fights. He's 12-5. Austin Vanderford has 15. He's 13-2. But like, I just think this is a fight Austin Vanderford could get if he comes in with a grappling game plan and sets it up right. If he's rushing in, throwing wild punches, I think he will get clipped. But his last fight against Verenikov, who's a pretty good striker, he stayed patient, chewed up the legs, timed the takedowns pretty well. And I think if he sticks to that same game plan, I think it's a good chance he wins. Maybe Brian Moss, gets this. It's a lot closer than what the betting odds say. I don't think I think Vanderford should be like -170, -180 max. But yeah, I gotta go Vanderford. I just think his I don't know, bro. I'm tempted to go Brahimaj. I'm gonna go Vanderford though. I like Vanderford. He's quite decent on the ground, and I think the grappling is what's gonna separate this. So yeah, because I feel like Brian March isn't going to be able to jump a guillotine like he did on Billy Ray Golf. I think Vanderford will fight it, be aware of it because that was his last fight. Where yeah, it's a weird one for me. Could go either way. I think it's either Vanderford decision or Brian March finish. But I'm gonna go Vanderford. I'm gonna go with my gut. So yeah, give me Austin Vanderford by 29-28 decision. Bit of a lengthy breakdown, but yeah, just going off the fly. Anyway, next fight: Nikolai Vertenikov versus Punahele Soriano. I'm gonna go Punahele Soriano. I think this is a not an easy fight, but I think this is a favorable fight. I mean, yeah, yeah, he hasn't fought since January, but dude, he slept Euros Medic out pretty badly, like pretty nasty. And before that, he beat Miguel Baeza in an amazing performance. His last two losses, Dustin Stosur, that's a big guy. And he's not that bad. And it was at middleweight, and then he got knocked out by Kopolov. Kopolov is pretty damn good as well. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, he has a loss to Brendan Allen, but it's by decision, and Brendan Allen's like in the top 10. So, and he's at middleweight again. So, yeah. Um, I think I'm gonna go Punahele by oh, I'll say 29-28 or 30-27. I think he'll get a good decision win here. Varenikov's last fight at UFC 318 against Francisco Prado, I believe is his name. He had a good performance, but he could have won that fight a lot more decisively. He really could have, and I don't know what happened, but he just yeah. Like I think he could have easily won that fight just a lot easier if he just would have stuck to striking, but he tried mixing and grappling and made some dumb mistakes. Prado made some dumb mistakes. It was a wacky fight. So yeah, both men kind of looked weird in that one, but Vertena got the win. I picked him to win, and he did. So yeah, his last losses are Austin Vanderford, and you know he's pretty damn good, and Danny Barlow, which he took on short notice, and he actually looked really good in it. And I thought he kind of did win. I'd have to rewatch it, but he looked pretty damn good against Danny Barlow on the feet, who's a pretty decent striker. Um, so yeah, I don't. And he's also he lost to Michael Morales, who's in the top of welterweight on the contender series. And he lost by decision too. And Michael Morales just KO'd Gilbert Burns in one round. So yeah, he's not that bad. Punahele's -220. I think that's a fair odd. I think he has better fight IQ. I think he's stronger. I think he has the more experience. I think he has the better team around him. I believe Punahele trains at like one of the big gyms. It's Extreme Couture. That's what it is. Yeah. So he trains with Sean Strickland, Chris Curtis. Who else trains there? Dude, I can't think of who else, but there's a lot of good guys. Oh, Dan Ige. Let me just look. Julian Erosa trains there. Manel Kopp, Cody Stamen, Brad Tavares. So yeah, he trains with some really good guys. Ian Kutalaba, Randy Couture. He has some work there. Francis Ngannou. So yeah, he's got some really good guys around him. Myron Santos is on the rise. Roman Dolidze. Yeah, so he's got a really good team around him. And I think they're gonna well prepare him. So yeah, give me Punahele by decision. 30-27, 29-28. Maybe Nikolai gets like an early round because Punahele does start slow sometimes. No, he doesn't start slow. He's a little over patient sometimes. Like his last fight against Medic, if he's on, he's on, and he'll get you out there. But sometimes he just is weird. He doesn't, really, lock in until halfway through the first, and then he's down on the strikes, and it's like, oh, but he comes back and he lands a couple. He lands the bigger shots, but there he doesn't land as many shots, and it's a weird round. So yeah, Punahele's a little weird with stuff sometimes, but I think he'll get a really good decision. I actually think he's quite decent. I think he's a prospect. I think he's a prospect again. I know he his hype died down. He's almost 33, but is back. I mean, he KO'd Euros Medj in 31 seconds, and Euro Medj just got a nasty KO about like a month or two ago. So yeah, I just think the momentum's on Soriano's side, and I'm a personal fan. I really like him. I hope he gets his win. So yeah, give me Punahele. I think he should mix in some grappling though. On the feet, it's a little more iffy. Vertenikov has some good kickboxing experience, and you got some wicked body kicks that are pretty quick. But if Punahele, stays close with the boxing, then is able to go from boxing to grappling, and then go back to range if it doesn't work out without getting clipped off the break, he should win this. So yeah, give me Punahele Soriano. I think he's quite good. Next fight, Patchy Mix versus Jacob Wicklage. I'm gonna go Patchy Mix by decision. I don't really care for this too much. I don't. I mean, Jacob Wicklage has fought the same dude 5 times in a row. He lost to him and then beat the same dude. He lost to the guy, then beat the guy 3 times in a row, and then they had like a draw or like a technical decision due to like some foul. It's a really weird freaking situation, bro. So he's had 5 fights against him. I think that's weird, and yeah, I gotta go Patchy Mix. I just think he's better overall. I think he's more well-rounded. Obviously, he became jeez, Bellator champion. Comes over to the UFC, fights Mario Bautista on, I believe, short notice. It was because I think Chito Vera pulled out. Did not look good. Disappointed all of us. Did not look good on the feet. Could not get the grappling going. Um, yeah, I don't know, bro. Patchy Mix looked so horrible. Um, so yeah, I think on the feet is pretty even. I would give the power advantage to Jacob probably. He's got no knockouts. I could have sworn he just knocked somebody. Oh, he's coming off a submission. I thought it was a knockout. Yeah, I mean he's got some good striking though. He's got pillow hands. They both do. I could have sworn he literally just said knockout, but yeah, I don't know, bro. Um, I know Patchy got that one highlight reel KO on Bellator. I forget who. Let me look. Rafael Stotts. He has that highlight reel KO. Back in 2023. So that's a great win. Great win. Great win. Great win. But again, bro, you're coming off a bad loss to Bautista. It wasn't even competitive. Like, at least be competitive with him. No, I don't think it was. I think Batista won all 3 rounds very clearly on the feet, and Patchy couldn't do any grappling. And the grappling is quite even. I think he could have honestly implemented some, but and then he came out with some. I was injured, but I took it on short notice because it's a way into the UFC. So maybe he was actually injured, and he just unfortunate circumstances, and now he's back, and that's that. So maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, he's quite good though. My one worry for Patchy though is that he just talks too goddamn much. Like, with all due respect, I know, bro, on fight week, he's gonna be like, "No, I beat Mario Batista in a rematch. I was injured, short notice, this, and that. If he loses to Umar, I want that rematch. I want a 5 round. I want this. I want that. I want Ayman Zahabi. I want Cheeto Vera. I'm gonna dust this kid. He should have been in the UFC. I deserve to be." That's literally what he's gonna do. I already know. He gets ahead of himself on some things. And by the way, he has a 2 inch reach. Or Jacob has a 2.8 inch reach advantage. So that already is a disfavor to Patchy Mix. His nickname is No Love, same as Cody Garbrandt. Cody Garbrandt had it first, but it is what it is. Yeah, I just don't care for this fight too much. I don't like Patchy Mix as a fighter. Um, I think he makes excuses. If you have an off night, that's cool. John Jones had off nights. Did he still get the win? Yes, but Dominic Reyes was an off night for him. I think he lost that fight. The first fight was Gustafson, was an off night for him. I thought he lost that. You don't have to lose out of off night, but the fact that you're like off night this, off night that, this and that, you lost, brother. You lost. You lost. You were really good. You have skill set, but you lost. That's that, bro. You dared to be great and you fell short, and now you're back. Just earn it, bro. It's very simple. But yeah, I'm gonna take Patchy Mix by decision. I'll just say 29-28. Should be competitive. I think Patchy hits harder. I think the grappling is quite even. The submissions I do give to Jacob. He has like 10 submission wins. He's got pretty damn good submissions. So maybe he can submit Patchy Mix. Patchy Mix does get lazy sometimes if he's ahead, but I think Patchy get it done. Should be cool. I don't really care to be honest. But yeah, give me Patchy Mix. Anyway. Next fight, Macy Sasson versus Yana Santos. Uh, two females in the top 10 of 135. Yano is live, I think. Her grappling is good, and I didn't like Macy's last fight against Ketlin Vieira. I picked her. I don't know what she was doing there, bro, but she looked god awful in that fight. I don't know why, but she did. I'm gonna take her though. I'm gonna take her by decision. I think she's better on the feet. I know she's a lot longer, and I know she's taller. Yeah, she's 5 inches taller and has a what is that, a 3.5 inch reach advantage. So yeah, and she's younger. May Sesson is quite decent. She's number six. I think she's like number five. But Tapology's rankings are weird. But they're both in the top 10 nonetheless. Yana's coming off a win or two. I believe against Misha Tate. Yep, she's coming off two wins. Chelsea Chandler, that was a weird fight. And then Misha Tate was a decent scrap. So yeah, she did look good against Misha Tate. I picked Misha Tate, but no, Yana Santos looked good on feet and was patient, had better head movement. She looked quite good. Uh, yeah, I can't complain. I'm a Yana Santos hater, not a hater, but I'm very critical of her at times. But she did look decent in her last one. She's had the more fighting experience. She's 16-8. Sasson is only 10-4. But I think Sasson should just be able to use front kicks to the body, use some leg kicks. I think she's better fight IQ. I think she's just better on the feet. And again, on the ground, Macy is not the good. Like her takedown defense is all right, but if she does get taken down, she's kind of fish out of water sometimes. We saw it against Ketlin Vieira. We kind of saw it against uh Myro Buenasova. We kind of not really. It was a weird stoppage, but the doctor stoppage. But yeah, she wasn't looking the best against Myra, and Myra is not that good on. She's god awful on the feet. So yeah, it was a weird look. So yeah, give me Macy Sassondo. Quite good. She got some good front kicks to the body, some good body kicks. Her boxing's decent. I think she does have some pop in her shot. I could even see her like I could see Yana rushing in if she gets frustrated and just getting clipped and dropped. I don't think finished, but I could see her getting sat down like around 2 or 3, just rushing in. Macy pulls back and lands like a two-piece on the chin. So yeah, give me Macy. I'll say 30, 27, 29, 28. I think one judge will score 3-0 and the other two will score 2-1 in favor of Chasson. Uh, but yeah, if it hits the ground, I'll get a little worried for Macy if Yana get the takedowns and start working her in a half guard and trying to get an arm triangle and, like making her use her muscles. Then it's like, oh, Macy Sesson might tire out. She might get a little too lazy. But yeah, I think she'll get it done. I don't care though. So yeah, give me Macy Sesson. The undercard is quite good, but it is weak at the same time. It's Anyway, next fight. Daniel Santos versus Yo Sang Yu. Decent scrap, decent scrap. I'm surprised to see Daniel Santos as a slight favorite after you saying you got a knockout of the year contender. Um, again, Daniel Santos coming off a great performance though. Where was that? Perth, I believe. I don't think so. No, it was in Canada against. Jeez, he's had so many canceled fights. Holy shit. Anyway, Ying Sang Lee. Yeah, some other Korean dude. Now he's fighting another Korean dude in Yo Sang Yu. I don't know who I'm gonna take. I'll take Yo Sang Yu. He's got the better momentum right now. Daniel Santos has been pulling out a lot of fights, whether it's his fault or his opponent's fault. Just a lot of his fights are getting canceled. You saying he was a 4 inch reach advantage? I think he hits harder. And he's obviously longer, and he's an underdog, so that's quite interesting to me. Yeah, give me Yo saying you. It should be a scrap though. I could definitely see some times where Daniel Santos able to slip in, use some head movement, rip an uppercut to the body, come up with a lead hook, another uppercut. Be able to push you saying you back because early Daniel Santos gets clipped and drops quite often. So I'm worried you saying you just drops him out with a shot early because Santos sometimes will rush in with big overhands and get clipped, or he'll stand there too much and try to be a little too technical and get hurt like that. His fight IQ isn't the best, but if he makes it around 2 and 3, then he'll start locking in, start wearing you down with calf kicks, chopping the leg, front kicks to the body, start sticking stiff jabs, throwing the overhand, going back with the lead hook. Then he could just overwhelm Yo Sang Yu, who's only 9-0. But I'm gonna pick Yo Sang Yu by decision. Yeah, I'm gonna pick him by this. I'll pick him by decision. It's at featherweight, isn't it? It is. It's at featherweight. Daniel Santos was getting dropped at bantamweight. He was cutting some weight. I'll go you saying you by split decision. I think this will be a competitive fight. I think this could be a fight of the night for the prelims at least. They're on the feet, ripping close body shots in the clinch. You saying you able to rip a knee. Daniel Santos breaks off, tries throwing a counter punch back. Round three comes, you saying you starting to feel the pressure. His arms are getting tired. Daniel Santos is able to slip the jabs more and, rip more body shots after slipping. Able to shoot a double leg and work him in the clinch for a little bit. You saying you breaks off. And it's kind of like okay, I can see how it's kind of like a fight where, okay, Yo saying saying you got that first round. Second round's iffy, but Daniel Santos was warring him more. He was threw more output. He landed the better shots and he was more technical in the third round. So it's like it goes down to the second round. One judge sees it as Santos and the other two see it for saying you. Because it's the early rounds, it's one of those fights. I already know. I think it's either going to be an absolute war, and one of them gets a split decision win, or it's going to be Yo saying you getting a round one KO because Santos gets lazy with the defense and gets clipped with a counterpunch, or just gets clipped with a bomb. Like just you saying you times it perfectly, makes him drop his hands and gets hit like that. Um, I believe in the hype of Joe Sangyu though. He's pretty damn good. I know I'm pronouncing his name wrong, but he's got a lot of knockouts. His last one, he fought like the worst guy he would fight though. Like he could possibly fight. Uh, Jeka Sergey, who's absolutely trash, and he slept him in 28 seconds. But yeah, he's coming off a round one KO before that, so I'm gonna pick him. I think just has the more momentum, and I think he's actually quite decent. So give me Yo Sangyu. I'm excited for this one. I think this is probably the prelim I'm most excited for. Yeah, it's definitely the prelim I'm most excited for. Anyway, next fight, Chris Gutierrez versus Farad Bashrat. I'm going to go Farad Bashrat by 30-27 decision. I think this will be a great performance from him. He's 28, Gutierrez is 34, almost 35. Farad's 13-0. He's definitely the better Bashrat brother. His grappling is amazing. He's a minus 400 favorite. That's a little wide, but he has a 4-inch reach advantage. He is an inch shorter, but he's younger. I think he has better fight IQ. His grappling, his strength he's stronger than Chris Gutierrez, and his grappling is on levels above Chris. I mean, Sung Yudong has decent grappling, but if you're getting grappled up by him the way Chris Gutierrez was over 5 rounds in 2023 too, it's not a good look in my opinion. Like he was getting held in full guard, getting hit with some elbows. Sung Yudong was able to work off the back. He was able to work him in the clinch, and I think Farad can do the same thing. I'll take it 30-26. I think Farad will control this fight a lot with the grappling. Um, yeah, I mean maybe Gutierrez gets the first round because he does have some good footwork, but I think Farad knows that if he just cuts off the octagon and tries to get Chris to put his back to the cage, he's gonna be able to get takedowns like that. If Chris, doesn't pivot off and dart in, slip off, dart in, slip off, and then stand there and chop the leg and then move around, then he's going to be a little more tricky to get a hold of, more tricky to get on the cage, more tricky to get to the legs for Farad. But if Farad is able to stalk him down, slip the head, throw some body kicks, kind of put the pressure on Gutierrez to where Gutierrez can't slip off to the side more easily and he has to back up a little more. Farad could back him up to the cage, get the double leg, work him to clinch, drag him down, work him like that. And I actually think Farad is very smart when it comes to fight IQ. I think he's the future of bantamweight. I don't see him losing anytime soon. He's not the most exciting fighter, but like he beat Victor Hugo in a decent performance. Taylor Lapulus isn't bad, and he beat him pretty convincingly. Submitted this other kid. He's not good though. Beat Damon Boxer, who's just on a winning streak. Like he doesn't have any like that's just a bum. He has all right wins or decent wins for how long he's been in the UFC. Chris is definitely the biggest name he's fought. Chris Gutierrez has fought in a main event of a fight night. So he's also fought Pedro Munoz. He's fought some good guys. Um, so and he trains at a decent gym too, up in Arizona, I believe. So yeah, uh, if Chris wins, I'll be surprised. I don't think he's gonna be able to stop the grappling of Farad, and I think Farad is gonna get him, just be able to get him tired with the wrestling. Like I just think this is a very favorable fight for Farad. I'm surprised Chris Gutierrez took this because he's turned down fights like this in the past. I believe he's turned down Farad in the past, which I don't know why he would take the fight now, but he has. Oh no, he was meant to fight Javid. It got canceled. The other Basharat. His fight with Matsumoto got canceled, and his fight with John Castaneda got canceled. And then he fought John Castaneda like a month and a half later and won a split decision, which yeah, I think Farad would probably submit or TKO John Castaneda. So yeah, I think Farad got the better momentum, and I think he's just better overall. So yeah, give me Farad Basharat. I'll say 30-27 decision. Maybe at 30-26, like round three, Chris gets really tired and Farage is able to hold him down and work him for like the entire round. Land some nice elbows, threaten some submissions, keep working the arms, be able to advance the positions. That might be a 10-8, but I'll say 30-27. I think Farad will get a top 15 opponent after this if he has a good performance. Next fight. Jeez, I don't know if we're going through this fast, but yeah. Anyway, Andre Muniz versus Edmund Shabazian. It's a very simple breakdown for me. Andre Muniz's last fight against Ikram Askarov, he didn't really even get hit with the punch. It like just touched him, and he like almost went out cold from it. I know Ikram has some good power. He doesn't hit that damn hard though. He's not Francis Ngannou, and Muniz got pretty badly knocked out from it. Uh, Given he did get hit with some nasty ground and pound, but he's fighting Edmund Shabazian, who was a big prospect, took some hard losses, and now he's back, coming off a good decision win over Andre Petrosky, who just got knocked out in the first round by a UFC debuter. Um, I think Edmund should have been able to knock out Petrosky, but before that, he's coming off a round one KO over Dylan Budka, who's not the best, but Edmund Shabazian has fought Anthony Hernandez, Nasser Nurmagomedov, Derek Brunson, Jack Hermanson, Brad Tavares, you know, Gerald Mearshart. So he's fought some decent guys. I mean, Nasruddin Mala is literally the number one contender. Hernandez was meant to be in a main event but pulled out. Jack Hermanson's been in some main events. Derek Brunson's fought Israel Adesanya. So yeah, it's fought some really good guys. I'm gonna pick Edmund Shabazian by KO in round one probably. I think it's sorry. Jeez, my head just got really itchy. My forehead just needed to itch. Pause. But yeah, I think Edmund's going to get him out there pretty quickly. Edmund's a fast starter, and in round one, he has a lot of potential to knock you out. He hits really hard. And Muniz has really good submissions, but his takedowns, like his actual like wrestling, is all right. I think it's worse than Petrosky's. And if Petrosky couldn't get takedowns on Shabazian, I just don't think Muniz can. Honestly. I mean, Muniz has fought Brendan Allen, but he got submitted. He fought Paul Craig. He believe he got TKO'd by Paul Craig, which is just yeah, he did, which is a horrible look. He got a robbery win against Jung Young Park. He got knocked out against Ikram Askarov. His best win is a submission win over Ronaldo Souza, who's old, or Uriah Hall, but it was a boring fight. And yeah, and even then he didn't look the absolute best in that. So yeah, I think I'm gonna pick Edmund by KO. I think he's just gonna clip him. Muniz doesn't have good defense on the feet. His boxing's all right. His kicking is all right. He doesn't do anything good, or he doesn't do anything amazing. He does everything all right or decently. But Edmund's power is good. His striking is amazing. His defense is a little iffy at times, and his cardio is like the main issue for me. But I don't think Muniz is going to be able to test it. I think he's going to get put out there early. I'm going to pick Edmund Shabazian by round one KO. I think he hits really hard early. I think he's really quick early. And I think he's going to find that chin of Muniz in like 2.5 minutes. This fight is not going to go long. So, yeah, I think he'll win a performance bonus. So, yeah, give me Emil Shabazian. Featured prelim. Ozzy Diaz versus Apteba Godier. Very simple fight. Godier is going to sleep Ozzy Diaz very badly in round one. Godier is like the mini Francis Ngannou. His boxing is insane. He makes people scared the second they get touched by him. Ozzy Diaz just got chinned like less than a year ago by Xingming Yang in pretty bad fashion, and he's coming off a weird win over Jordan Santos. He also got brutally slapped by Joe Pyfer. Yeah, he fought Dominic Reyes on the regional scene. Is this the same Reyes? Is this the same? Yeah, it's the same Reyes. He fought Dominic Reyes on the regional. He got submitted in freaking 27 seconds. Or he fought him in the amateurs. Jeez. All right. Anyway, yeah, I'm picking up Tony Guerrero by KO. I think he's just gonna put that pressure on him. Ozzy's gonna be trying to back up, trying to throw some front kicks, maybe throw a leg kick. And I think if Tony will wait, and he'll find the perfect time to land a bomb and drop Ozzy. Very simple breakdown. Ozzy Diaz is not winning this. Up Tony Guerrero is literally like a -9. He's a 10-1 favorite. He's a -1,000 favorite. Yeah, he's gonna sleep Ozzy Diaz in round one. If it makes it more than 4 minutes, I'll be genuinely surprised. More than 3 minutes, honestly. Antonio he's got good body shots, good boxing, and his power is insane. And he also has really good knees to the head in the clinch, as we saw against Jose Medina. And yeah, I think Goodyear's going to KO him. So that's all I have to say. Goodyear, KO, round one, 50K bonus. Is going to be brutal fashion. All right, on to the main card. Main card opener. Joe Pyfer versus Abus Magomedov. This is a difficult one for me. I am going to go Joe Pyfer. I'm going to go him by decision. I don't see him chinning. Hold on one second. My fault. I don't see him chinning Abus Magomedov. I know Sean Strickland TKO'd Abus, but that was only because Abus took the main event on short notice and just gassed out really badly, and had a decent round one, but just gassed out. Sean Strickland was able to rick body shots in close, and he just welted in against the cage and just got ground and pounded, just like quit, and yeah, that was that. And then Sean Strickland went on to dominate Israel Adesanya and win the title. So not that much of a loss. His only other loss in the UFC is Kyle Borralho, who's in like the top six. He just come off a loss over Nasruddin, but the fight was Abus didn't get dominated that badly. Then he beat Warley Alvarez by decision. Isn't the best look. You should have been able to KO him. So yeah, that's a bad look that he couldn't KO Warley Alvarez. But then he submitted Bruno Ferreira, which is a decent win, and now he has a win over Michel Pereira, and his last one in Kansas City, who was ranked at the time. Abus got taken out the rankings though for somebody else. I forget who, but yeah. Um, should be a decent scrap. I'm gonna go Joe Pyfer by decision. I think Joe Pyfer. I think this fight will be really. They both have iffy gas tanks. Like they both do kind of gas out. I think a boost does have a better gas tank. So I'll say Joe Piper's able to get the boxing going early. He's able to slip in, slip out because the boost doesn't start the quickest. Rip some body shots. Maybe be able to land a hard shot or two early. Like boom, boom, rip like a big boxing combo that stumbles a boost. Round two comes. A boost is a little more warmed up. He's throwing some more kicks to the body. He's sticking that jab, trying to keep Piper at range. Piper still gets it though, just because I think he has better head movement. He's younger. They're the same height. Only problem is Abus is a 3-inch reach advantage, which if he uses early, he will win this fight. I kind of am tempted to go. I'm tempted to go Abus Magomedov. Ooh, I'm gonna go Joe Pyfer. I do like Joe Pyfer. I think he's quite good. I think he's ready for the rankings. He has really good power. I mean, he dropped Kelvin Gastelum. Kelvin Gastelum's really hard to drop. He dropped him multiple times. And his last one back in June, I believe. I believe it was on the O'Malley Marab 2 card. Yeah, it was. Yeah, back in June. So yeah. Also, Pyfer could use grappling. He has pretty good grappling. So I think late, if he gets tired, he could be able to just be able to stock down a boost and get some grappling going. I think a boost will get round three. I think his cardio is better than Pfeiffer's. I think his accuracy better than Pfeiffer's, and I think he's just the better striker. But I think Pfeiffer's boxing's better. Like overall striking, Boost is better, but boxing wise, Pfeiffer's got the advantage. He's got the power advantage. So it's a tricky fight. Maybe a Boost wins it off kickboxing and darting in, darting out, kind of like a karate style, just whipping kicks at range and not letting Pfeiffer get the time and get the reads he needs. But Piper's fight IQ is pretty damn good. I think he learned a lot from the Jack Hermanson loss. It was a close fight too. But yeah, give me Piper. I'll say 29-28 decision. I say he'll get 2 rounds and then a boost will come on late, stab some body kicks and be able to kind of like put Joe Piper off like that and tire him out a little more and get round three. But I think Piper will get the first 2 rounds and he'll win like a semi. And plus Piper lost that third round to Kelvin Gastelum, which is not a good look. So yeah, give me Joe Piper. I think he'll just be able to do a little more in the first 2 rounds. Yeah. Anyway, next fight: Yusuf Zalal versus Josh Emmett. Two of my favorite featherweights. Um, Gotta go Yusuf Zalal on this one. Um, If there's a finish, I think it'll be Emmett sleeping out Yusuf because his power is insane. But Yusuf's just his footwork's a lot better. He's not even 30. Josh Emmett's almost 41. Yusuf's taller. He's got a 2 inch reach advantage. He's coming off a good win over Calvin Cater. And his footwork looked really good. His head movement looked good. His fight IQ looked good. And I think Calvin Cater is a tougher fight than Josh Emmett when it comes to outlanding and outpointing and outworking. Because Calvin can, put some good output on you if he gets going. Of course, Calvin's washed nowadays, but still, um, yeah, I gotta go Yusuf. I think he'll get a 30-27 decision. Maybe 29-28. Maybe, Emmett's down 2 rounds. Yusuf kind of takes off the gas a little bit, and Emmett can clip him or, work some wrestling on him. But I think Yusuf will go 3-0. I think Yusuf will get a pretty decently good decision win. He'll be in, like, what, like the top 10 or 11 of the top 10, top 11 of the division. No, like top 9 or 10, I think. Emmett's still kind of up there. I know he's coming off a bad loss to Lerone Murphy where he kind of just got outlanded and outpointed and out technical for 5 rounds. But before that, he slept Bryce Mitchell brutally and he went 5 rounds, a full 5 rounds with Ilya Taporia, which also Yusuf Zalal fought Ilya Taporia and barely lost. For Ilya, it was both their UFC debuts and it was on short notice, but still. Yusuf's quite decent. He's got good front kicks to the body. He's got good grappling. He's got good knees up the middle. I can see him cracking Emmett with a knee up the middle. Emmett tries slipping in, eats a knee on the chin, gets stumbled back. So yeah, because Emmett does have pretty good chin. But yeah, I mean, what Yusuf did to Jack Shore when he cracked him with that knee, I can see him doing that same thing to Josh Emmett, except Josh eats it a little better. Just it gets split open because Josh bleeds really easily, bro. He gets split open, he gets cut open so easily, and yeah. Yeah, he gets cut open pretty damn easily. So that's also going to play a factor. Because if it's a close decision, but Emmett's wearing more damage, they're going to give it to Zalal based on damage. And yeah, I think Zalal's better on the feet when it comes to footwork and head movement and fight IQ. And I think he's got the better utility for weapons. And I just think he's going to get it done. Using pivoting off, sticking some leg kicks, front kicks to the body. When Emmett gets close, grabbing him, ripping an elbow, something like that. Just playing it smart. Not safe, a little safe, but mostly just playing it smart and out pointing Emmett like that in exciting fashion though. But yeah, give me Yusuf Zalal by decision. I think he'll get this one. I love both though. I love Josh Emmett. I love Yusuf Zalal, so I want them both to win. But I think Yusuf is just. I think he's got the way more. I think he's got way more momentum. So yeah, I'll pick Zalal. Featured fight. This one is going to be a fight of the year, bro. Yuri Prohaska versus Khalil Roundtree. Boys, you already know who I'm picking. I'm picking Khalil Roundtree by I'm picking Khalil Roundtree by knockout, boys. Round one. Yuri is weird in round one, and he does not have head movement. If he had head movement, he would have got Jamal out there way earlier, but he was getting touched up. And if you get touched up how you did against Pereira, if you get touched up how you did against Jamal Hill, even though you won, if you have that happen to you against Khalil Roundtree, you're gonna get dropped at least or knocked out. Khalil went 5 rounds with Jamal Hill, did not gas, stayed on the pressure, won every round convincingly, and Yuri was 1-1 with Jamal Hill going into third. Come on now. I got Khalil by KO. Maybe I mean Yuri is weird, so he'll be able to I don't even know how to explain. He just jumps in with straight shots and then jumps out. He's really weird with it. So maybe he can throw Khalil off with that early, but I think Khalil will clip him. Like it's like Connor Aldo, bro. Like the way Aldo rushed in and Connor just slipped back and ripped it. Yuri just rushes in with his head in the air, no head movement, or he'll rush in like this. I just think he's gonna run into something. I mean, Khalil Roundtree dropped Pereira clean and was up 2 rounds to 0 going into the third in a championship fight, like pretty much a year ago, a little less than a year ago against Pereira. I think Khalil Roundtree's gonna get this done. I'm not gonna say who I think will win the main event yet. I think Khalil or Olberg. I think it will be Olberg because they're fighting Khalil and Yuri are definitely gonna take some damage in this one. I think Khalil's better on the feet. I think he's like more traditional with it, and I think he's got more power in his kicks. I think his timing is better. I think, I think, I think Yuri's creativeness and his weirdness in his style is what really works. If Yuri didn't have the weird style that he had, I don't think he would have. I just don't think he would be so good. His creativeness, his weird little head movement he does, the way he can go from southpaw and throw a punch and then jump right from southpaw to orthodox. He'll throw a straight left hand, and then after he lands that left hand, the left hand will be in the front and not the back. That's what's weird about it. Also, he stays very heavy on his legs. Khalil is Khalil and Pereira and off the top of my head, Khalil Pereira and Justin Gaethje are the best leg kickers. He got his legs chewed up by Pereira in both the fights they did, and that's what caused him to get knocked out. Think about it. First round and both the fights he got chewed up the legs, and then he got knocked out in the second round both times. Khalil is going to chew up those legs. I know it for the fact. Yuri did get a little better with it against Jamal Hill, but Jamal Hill's fat and he's slow, and he just I think he was just a little overrated. I'm a Jamal Hill fan, but like yeah, Khalil's gonna put a whooping on this. I mean, no, sorry. Khalil put a whooping on Jamal Hill by just striking and being smart. And if he does that, because we have a lot of film, Yuri does the same darting techniques. Darts in with straights. You try throwing a jab, a 1-2, he'll just roll like this. He won't keep his hands high. He'll roll like this. If he rolls like this and eats an overhand, then what? He has no hands there. Could Yuri knock out Khalil? 100%. Yuri could easily just rush in and clip Khalil with a bomb that he's trying to counter. But boys, I believe in Khalil Rountree. I think he's quite good. I think he's always been underrated. The fight against Justin Jacoby was a robbery. I think Jacoby clearly won. But boys, I'm a Khalil Rountree believer. I said it since the fight was announced. Khalil will win this fight. He's an underdog too, a slight underdog. So even the betting, I was like, bro, this is damn near close. Yuri's almost like minus 185. There was people saying watch Yuri be a 3-1. He's minus 185 for a reason. Khalil is a freaking amazing kickboxer. So is Yuri. But Khalil just has more power in the kicks, and his timing's better. His understanding of foot placement is better. The little small stuff that Yuri messes up in fights, Khalil does way better and is way smarter with it. And I think he's gonna just clip Yuri and put him down. He'll either clip Yuri, either one person is getting knocked out, or Khalil will win a close decision. But he'll outwork and outpoint and stumble Yuri more than Yuri could stumble Khalil, and he'll win like that. But I'm gonna go Khalil by TKO. I just think, bro, Yuri Prohaska does not know how to keep his hands up. It's very fucking simple. He darts in, his hands are down. He slips out, his hands are down. He sticks the jab like this, his hands are down. Hands are down. What are you gonna do if overhand goes over the jab? What are you gonna do if they slip off the jab? You eat it overhand. You're not gonna eat it from Khalil. You're not gonna just take it and smile at him. Khalil has a lot of power. So yeah, I'm going Khalil Roundtree. I think he's gonna win. I love Khalil Roundtree though, so I don't care. Yeah, give me Khalil Roundtree. Anyway, co-main event, boys. Marab Dvalishvili versus Corey Sandhagen. I'm going Marab, bro. Bro, do I say submission? Do I say submission? I'll go decision. I'll go a 49-46 decision for Marab. He's the best bantamweight of all time. I've said this. He's already surpassed Aljo. I think he's surpassed Hendon Barao because of the fall off Hendon had. It's either Marab or Dominic Cruz, and if Marab goes out here and beats Corey and beats Piotr Yan in a rematch, it's undoubtable he's the GOAT of bantamweight, and I think he's gonna beat Corey, and I think he probably would beat Piotr in a rematch as well. Marab's face is too much, bro. Like the way he's able to go from boxing, get your back against the cage and then go from double to single to double and just chain wrestle like nothing. It could be round 5. He could throw 100 strikes or over in every round. This dude won't be breathing hard. This dude is a freaking nature. Like he's in incredible shape. He's stocky, so it's gonna be hard, it's gonna be hard for Corey to get a hold of him. Because listen, Corey is 5 inches taller and has a 2 inch reach advantage, and Marab is older. He's a minus 380. He's called the machine for a reason, dude. O'Malley 2 times over. Piotr Yan, Umar Magomedov, Henry Cejudo. Jose Aldo, Marlon Moraes. Like, come on, bro. Rafael Stotts, he slept in 15 seconds with a spinning back fist. Dude, his wins are insane. His last 5 wins are O'Malley twice, Umar, Cejudo, and Piotr. Okay, so those are Marab's last 5 wins. Corey's last 5 wins: Figueiredo, injury, Rob Font, Marlon Vera, Song Yadong, and Frank Yeager. It's not comparable, bro. You lost to TJ Dillashaw, who had been out for years. And then you lost to Pierre Yan. You had a doctor stoppage win over Song Yadong, and it was 2-2 going into the fifth. And Yadong had momentum at the end of the fourth. You barely beat. No, you didn't barely beat. They tried robbing you. You clearly beat Marlon Vera, but you just wrestled him. You got injured and wrestled Rob Font in a boring decision. If you would have went out there and struck with Rob Font and beat him the way you did, you would have gotten the title shot, bro. You would have fought Sean O'Malley for the title. And then a year later, you lose to Umar decisively. Marab beat Umar in a 5-round fight. You decisively lost to Umar, bro. It's the only ranked win Umar has, by the way. He's fighting Mario Bautista now. So yeah. Anyway, striking. I'm not gonna sit here and say Marab is gonna outstrike Corey. If it's on the feet and if Marab can't get takedowns, I think Corey could win. I think he just outpoint him, rip the body kicks on him, smack him with a head kick, front kicks, spinning back kick, oblique kick, elbows in close, knees to the body, long boxing combos. Corey is the better striker, but the way O'Malley, bro, O'Malley's a precise striker. The way the way Marab was able to throw off O'Malley's striking game by just leaping in hooks, and then O'Malley was hesitant to throw the front kick to the body. He was hesitant to throw the pullback. When Marab was coming in, he was hesitant to pull back, because he didn't know if he was going to get double legged. Marab's pressure in there, Marab's pace in there, Marab's IQ, like Marab's funny little jokes. It's not like he trash talk like, oh, da 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 da, you're this, you're that. He just makes funny TikTok skits, and it gets under people's skin. And it got under Cejudo's skin. It got under O'Malley's skin. It got under Peter Yan's skin. Bro, Marab is going to go down as the bantamweight GOAT, and I think he'll win a clear decision. 49-46, maybe a 48-47, because Corey is able to, early pivot off, and, rip like kickboxing combos and leg kicks. I don't see anybody beating Marab. I think Marab beats everybody like Piotr Yan and Umar. I think he'll beat in rematches. Yeah, I think Marab's really good. I think Marab is the best bantamweight of all time. And yeah, give me Marab Dvalishvili. Should be a fun fight though. On the feet, I don't think it would be boring. I don't think Corey will be as hesitant as O'Malley was, just because Corey is smarter with the striking. He does have he does have way better takedown defense than O'Malley, and I'm an O'Malley glazer. O'Malley does not have that good of takedown defense. We saw it both times in the first fight and the second fight with Marab. But the way Marab goes from single to double or double to single, or he drags you out with the ankle, like it's just insane what he does, and it's going to be very hard for people to stop over 5 rounds. You could stop it in the first, you could stop it in the second, but can you stop it in the fifth? Can you stop it deep in the fourth when you have blood coming down your face and your arms are tired and you've been through 3 rounds? You've been hit with some nasty body shots. Marab's worn on you on the ground. It's going to be very hard, and I just don't think Corey can do it. So yeah, give me Marab by decision. So yeah, I think he'll retain the bantamweight title. Main event, the rematch: Magomed Ankalaev versus Alex Pereira. I'm going Ankalaev by KO. I'll tell you why, bro. Ankalaev nearly knocked out Pereira in round 2, I believe, in the first fight. He hurt Pereira badly, bro, with an overhand. Come on. Ankalaev is underrated, dude. Is he boring? For sure. Is he marketable? No. Do I want him to beat Pereira? No. I would love for Pereira to sleep him out stiffly with a left hook. But Ankalaev's fight IQ is better. His grappling is better. His use of weapons is better. Really, if you watch Pereira's fights back, all he throws is a lead high kick, a lead hook, leg kicks, a jab to the head, a jab to the body, and front kicks, or a straight into a lead hook. I can't think of the last time Pereira or a flying knee, but he hasn't thrown in a while. I can't think of the last time Pereira like threw a side kick. I can't think of the last time Pereira, dove in with an uppercut into a lead hook. I can't think of the last time Pereira like dropped his base and threw an overhand. I just basing stuff that Ankalaev can do. That's why Ankalaev rocked him really bad in the first fight. Pereira whiffed the lead hook, and Ankalaev slipped and cracked him on the chin with the overhand and almost slept him from it. So yeah, I think Ankalaev will knock him out. I think two things. One, I think Ankalaev is under the skin of Pereira. If y'all saw the PI thing where Pereira was kind of getting agitated and wanted to almost fight Ankalaev there and then at the PI a couple days ago, Ankalaev is under Pereira's skin, bro, and it's the Pereira we're seeing right now mentally by like the way he's training, the way he's frustrated with Ankalaev on social media. Jamal Hill, when he was talking shit, or Yuri, Pereira did not care, or Khalil, Pereira did not care. Ankalaev is getting under Pereira's skin, and I think Ankalaev won the mental battle, and I think if you win the mental battle, you're going to be able to have an easier time winning the actual fight. Because now for Ankalaev, this is business. For Pereira, this is personal. Pereira's gonna want to go there, hit him with hard shots, and knock him out. Ankalaev doesn't want to do that. Yes, he wants to knock him out. Ankalaev's not gonna go in there chase the knockout. He's not gonna go in there chasing to hit him and hit him and hit him and hit him, just hard him for the shit talk. He's gonna stick the front kick to the body when Pereira tries moving in. He's gonna chop the calf back. They'll go leg kick for a leg kick. Ankalaev will, go in the double leg, work him in the clinch, held him against the cage, land some elbows, land some knees to the body like he did in the first fight. Frustrate Pereira. I think the same stuff will happen again. I think Pereira will get over frustrated in the fight and try throwing ill-timed leg kicks, like just throw frustrated strikes, and he'll get countered and he'll get countered, stumble back. Ankalaev will start ripping him on the cage. Pereira try moving, and I think eventually, like Ankalaev, like it's just I see Ankalaev sleeping him with an overhand. I see Ankalaev slipping, Pereira ripping a lead hook, and Ankalaev going over on the chin with the overhand and dropping down Pereira. I'll say round 3 or 4. I think Pereira will be a little more competitive. I thought Pereira lost 3 rounds of 2. I thought it was a competitive fight, but yeah, this is Ankalaev's fight, boys. He's better in the grappling. I think Pereira's stronger, and I think the striking's even. And I think Ankalaev has a better chin. I think he has better fight IQ. I think he's the more experienced, and I think I don't know, bro. Like Jamal Hill, I don't rate as good as I did when Pereira first beat him. Yuri Prohaska, you beat twice. Khalil, you were losing to, and that was on like before Khalil was a top contender. He was like number 10 or 11. It was a weird fight, bro. But if you look at Ankalaev's fights, beat Pereira, beat Rakic comfortably, slept Johnny Walker, had a draw with Jan Blachowicz, but I think he was robbed. I think Ankalaev clearly won that fight. I don't know how it was a draw. Anthony Smith was a weird one. Thiago Santos, you beat over 5 rounds before he was washed. Volkan Uzdemir, you beat in good fashion. Brutally, you slept Ian Kutalaba. Krylov, you beat in decent fashion. Like, he hasn't lost it forever. He literally hasn't lost since his UFC debut, and he was dominating Paul Craig and just tapped last second. I don't know why. But, yeah, I think he's just well-rounded, more well-rounded. And I think he's smarter, and I think he's already won the mental game, and I think that's what's going to cost Pereira. And I think if Pereira gets knocked out, I think he'll retire. I don't think he'll move up that heavyweight. I don't think he'll call it a career. He's done everything. He's made his millions and millions and millions. He has the entire MMA world at his hands with the fan base. And if he can't get the belt back, I don't see what he has left to accomplish. Um, I think Ankalaev's going to KO him with the overhand round 3 or 4. So yeah, give me Magomed Ankalaev to retain the light heavyweight title. But I appreciate y'all watching. That was my UFC 320 Ankalaev versus Pereira 2 and Dvalishvili versus Sandhagen full fight card breakdown. And yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Let me know who y'all have to win. I don't care what fight. If you think I'm wrong, let me know. Yeah. If you guys are betting, who y'all betting on? Because I might bet. So yeah, appreciate y'all watching. I'll catch y'all later.
Diamonds dancing, dripping on my wrist, it made me